Hi, welcome to another episode of Into the Local Lab Cultural Heritage. I'm your host Dion, and in today's episode we are going to be taking a closer look at invisible cultural heritage and how that affects society today. And to do this, we'll be visiting the Groningen University Museum, where I'm now standing as our lab. So before we jump into the lab, I just want to give a brief definition of cultural heritage and invisible cultural heritage. Now, heritage is something that has been passed on from generation to generation as it applies to an individual. And cultural heritage is something that is more applicable to a society or group. Cultural heritage reminds us of a historical event that happened that is important for a society or group. And in remembering this historical event, we reflect on why it's important for our present or our maybe even our future. So this is basically what cultural heritage is. Now, invisible cultural heritage is heritage that has not been highlighted for us to see. And why this has not been highlighted for us to see may have many reasons behind it. One of those reasons behind it is because this cultural heritage may be dark cultural heritage. When I say dark, I mean that this cultural heritage may have some uncomfortable feelings or negative feelings associated with it. So naturally, nobody wants to remember it. But in some cases, it is important to even remember dark cultural heritage, as we could reflect on it to make our future or our present a better one. So this is what I'm going to be talking about when we get to the lab. So I'll see you in the lab. I'm standing now in the Enschede room, where behind me is the collection of Petrus Campus and Peter de Reimer. They were two medical scientists who were really interested in the structures of plants, animals, and humans alike. And this collection has a few of those, a few of the bodies of humans and also body parts of humans. They were both revered as heroes for their discoveries and their work in the Dutch society. However, the collection has been criticized because of ethical reasons by Marguerite Fokken and Barbara Henkes. The reason for this is because it was during the time of slavery, and there has been research that has found him to be linked to a company called the West Indies Company that was involved in the slave trade, and most likely he attained these human remains and human bodies from the colonies of the Netherlands, and these bodies and human remains were not attained with permission, because most of these people whose body parts you see in the back of me, they were in marginalized positions. This story raises concern as to whether these artifacts, well, actual human bodies, should be displayed. And there has been now a dialogue about the ethics behind having such artifacts in the museum. I'm now standing with another part of the collection of Petrus Camper, a case of skulls. These skulls were of different peoples around the world. For example, one originated from Samoa, another from Madagascar, and another one being an American Negro. Europe was a colonial power all over the world, and most of these people were part of these colonies, and so they were marginalized, and therefore the way in which Petrus Campus acquired these skulls, whether these people were dead or alive, was most likely unethical. And so it's really a big discussion in the world of archaeology and curation today as to should these be displayed in a museum because of the nature of how they were acquired. What do you think? Do you think that artifacts such as the ones I talked about should be returned to their country of origin? And for example, with the human remains, should they be buried in their country of origin? Or should they stay in the museum? And should the other side of the story behind these artifacts be told in the displays of the museum? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you in the next episode.